Hi friends, I'm trying to record this video since last few days. I did it few times and shared my recordings with my kids and they outrightly rejected it, saying that it looks like I'm reading script. I told them I'm not reading script and I'm used to conduct workshops where I talk to live people. Here I'm trying to talk to a camera where I can see myself on the screen. It's difficult for me. They said no, you need to talk to your listeners. You don't have to read script. Get connected to them. Establish that link so that it will feel that you're talking to them and not reading a script for them. So I'm trying again. Hopefully this time I will do better job. So the entire process of recording, re-recording, showing my kids what I am recording and getting rejected built up some stress on me. But fortunately, it was more positive stress. It motivated me to perform. So I can say it was optimum stress for me. And when you have optimum stress, your performance enhances. And I hope that is what is going to happen to me. So the events which I described, you must have faced these kind of events many times. Maybe situation is different for you, but similar kind of stress. So by this time you must have guessed that what I'm going to talk about. Yes, you're right. I'm going to talk about stress. So what is stress? If I ask you, how do you define stress? Yes, whatever you're thinking right now, that is your definition of stress for you. It's very personalized definition. You own it. You have every right to think the way you are thinking. There are many definitions of stress, and researchers are still working on coining more definitions. However, I think the analysis what we do about ourselves and come up with the definition, we can relate more to that definition. However, if somebody asks us what is stress, so stress is a natural physiological response to a physical, mental, or emotional demands. They are placed upon us, and we do not have an effective coping mechanism, or we cannot cope those demands effectively. So that is stress according to me. So in other words, ideal real gap is also a stress. You must be thinking that your imagination is something, and when you hit that particular event or situation, that's totally opposite what you have thought. So that also built up stress on you. You can classify stress as a positive stress or negative stress. It is not necessarily that stress is always negative. It feels like when people discuss, they think stress is only negative. No, stress is our friend. Stress actually keeps us motivated to achieve goals and perform positively. That's optimum stress, which is known as positive stress. It's Dr. Hans Selye, known as father of stress, coined term as eustress. That's positive. For example, getting married. For some people, getting married is a positive stress. Or anticipation of a sports competition is a positive stress. Working under set deadlines where you can comfortably achieve your project deadlines is a positive stress. Opposed to that, the negative stress where your coping mechanism fails. So you must have faced many situations like that. Unplanned task under pushy boss. That could be one of the negative stress in work environment. Or a legal issue. Or a sleep problem. As a matter of fact, traffic problem. You are stuck on highway. a death of your partner or your close family member, uncertainties in your duties. These are some of the negative stresses. So, what causes stress? The events or situations, they're known as stressors. So, stressors are like we are trapped in the web of stressors. You can find stressors in work environment, non-work environment, life transitions. You can name it. Stressors could be physical, social, environmental, spiritual, cultural, technological, career oriented, family, or emotional. You name it. It could be anything. The situation or event which is stressful for you, not necessarily that is stressful for somebody else. As a matter of fact, your partner or your friend or your colleague, they may find it totally good. That's why stress is very, very subjective. So, what are the symptoms of stress? So, we can divide symptoms of stress into different categories: physical, psychological, or behavioral symptoms. I'm sure you must have experienced those too, like headaches, anxiety, sadness, anger, profound heartbeats, muscle aches, headaches, increased use of alcohol, change in relationships, or you're feeling trapped. These are some of the symptoms which we experience. So, what happens when we ignore these symptoms and we keep pulling ourselves? So, before that, I would like to give you one tip for knowing whether you are stressed or not. It's a very simple test. It's called neck and finger test, where you can use your two fingers, put it on your neck just below your ear, and feel. If you feel it cold, that means you are under stress. If you feel warmth, that means you're normal. Try it and let me know what is your experience. Do you find it useful or not? How our body responses under stress is also it is in a certain fashion. So what happens as soon as we see stressor, our survival center activates. Our mind and brain is activated. In turn, it activates neurological, electrical, hormonal, biomechanical response. So our hypothalamus is stimulated because of these things. And in turn, it stimulates our pituitary glands, sympathetic nervous system, parasympathetic nervous system, adrenal glands, pituitary glands, pancreas. Our body tissues also respond. That's why you must be feeling sweaty when you are under stress. Our whole body reacts. And based on our individual perceptions and experiences, we are ready for action. So you must have heard about fight or flight responses. And after action, whatever, that is either fighting the situation or flying away from the situation. Whatever response you get, you need to deal with that energy. If you manage that energy successfully, so we harm ourselves less. So I said our autonomic nervous systems get activated when we get in touch with stressor. So there are two parts of autonomic nervous system: parasympathetic nervous system and sympathetic nervous system. So sympathetic nervous systems help us by giving energy, and parasympathetic nervous system helps us in relaxation. So in my future videos, I am going to cover those in detail. So what happens when we constantly get these stressors one by one after another? I will say, what is the process of building too much stress? So when demands hits us, we see uncertainties in those. We feel threatened. So as soon as we feel threatened, energy for stress is generated. And when the stress energy is generated, the stress builds up when we don't use that energy effectively. And then we start feeling like victim. When this victim feeling is prolonged, our vitality gets declined. And then we become less and less effective. And again, new demands comes upon us and the cycle continues. That's how we build our stress. And ultimately, it becomes de-stress for us instead of positive stress. And de-stress or stress overloading affects our behavior, our psychology, our physiology, which in turns changes ourselves, which decreases our well-being, decreases our functioning, our productivity goes down, and our enjoyment also goes down. That's why we need to adapt wellness cycle, where you need to understand our body's response to the stressors and take corrective action. So what corrective actions we should take? You're right. If you're thinking, I am going to go for cycling, you're good. If you're thinking, no, I'm going to go for hiking, good. I want to watch comedy movies, good. Actually, you can adapt anything which relieves your stress. There is no right or wrong stress management strategies. However, we should have a plan. So, stress management strategies, we should include values and goals clarification, effective relaxation, self-affirmative communication, essential exercises, and high performance nutrition. If combination of these, I will say it's common recipe for managing your stress. I'm going to cover all these topics in my future videos. I am Jitendra from Stress Resilience Center. Thanks for watching my video. I'm a certified human resources professional, over 25 years of experience in human resources and human resources information technology. I'm also a certified stress and wellness consultant and a martial arts exponent, having black belt in full contact martial arts. Please like and subscribe my channel and share it also with your friends and family. I know we all are busy and our schedule is jam-packed. So click on that bell icon so that you will get information about my future uploads. And I'm going to put my email address in the description of this video so you can suggest or recommend topics which I can cover in my future videos, which can help you as well as other viewers. Thanks for watching my video, and remember, cultivate habits and hobbies. Thank you.